What's up, guys and gals? My name is Splattercat. We are here with the next episode of Infectonator Survivors, episode number 4, I think, number 4. And in today's episode, what we're going to try and do is we are definitely going to try and rescue a new survivor. Is everybody sleepy right now? No, everybody's good. There is no sleepiness going on. So we're going to try and rescue a survivor over here. I can't say if it's going to go successfully because the game has gotten a little bit rowdy. And unfortunately, it's gotten rowdy with us directly behind it. And so we're kind of that guy in the bar that's standing behind the guy that starts a fight, and then he ducks the first punch and it hits him in the face, even though it's not his fault. That's exactly who we are right now. I'm hoping this gas station will be good enough looting to where it'll be worthwhile. I'm going to send him forward to build that. We're going to send Francis forward to cover him. And then Loco is going to be, as always, our looting guy. Since we put points into it, we may as well. We do want to get the scavenging done in the first couple rounds before anything else goes wrong. Fortunately, just a little bit of cash right there. Nothing that's looking too incredibly useful. And I want to bring her into range of the gun if I can. And so it may actually be a good idea to put some sort of bait out here for the enemy. Only got 4 gold for starting that one early. We are going to have to start our rounds much earlier than we normally would, just to ensure that we get enough cash to make up for the fact that we're using all kinds of... Oh, there's a lootable cabinet right there. Let me get on that. Be kind of funny if he like climbed up on top of it like, no, that's not what I meant. That is not what I meant. Let's reload this thing, and I'm glad that I did because it looks like we got ourselves some extra cash from it and some extra food. So now my goal becomes dragging her back. There we are. Was that round 4? It was round 4. Damn it, I didn't get to scavenge that. Hey, over here, it appears as though red-green has showed up. That's going to be a reference that I don't think anybody's going to get. That's like one of those random references that I just don't see anybody getting. Well, Loco, let's get you going. Let's build a turret over here. Just in case. I wish that he would fall back behind said turret. Ooh. Well, we might be able to save somebody here. The game gets difficult. It gets really difficult to save people while simultaneously keeping yourself alive. That's the other stipulation that I would add, is that keeping yourself alive. We'll treat this as a whole... Oh, now that we've got him trapped, we want to fall back. Everybody... No, you dumb bastard. You dumb bastard. Loco's over here making friends. Go shoot him. Thank you. Make sure that everybody's reloaded, and Loco's gonna have to do a terrifying run back behind our lines. I've never had this character before, so I have no clue what his abilities are gonna be aside from competitive bearding or something of that case, which is fine. I mean, I've heard that beards make you more... It means you have a lot more testosterone. Maybe he'll be better in a fight. It's hard to tell. Ooh, he might not make it. Let's salvage that thing because we're on our last round. Get a little bit of money left. So we pretty much ended where we started. It wasn't so bad. It could have been a lot worse. We got extra food and we got an extra survivor though, which is really good for us. That's going to help us out in the future for getting all kinds of stuff done. I like his power stance when he holds his gun. He looks like he's wielding his gun as though it was an awesome guitar. And so that leaves us with 4 guys. Let's take a look at his skills first and foremost. His name is Conman, Harry Conman Hicks. A wonder worker who will fight for food, and he also has a hat that appears to be made of hemp of some sort, so he's really good at searching, which is interesting. And oh, he's a hobo. Okay, so I guess that works out. He's kind of well dressed for a hobo. He's got his geo tuxedo on. That's a flannel, by the way, in case you were wondering. A geo tuxedo is a flannel. Everybody's tired, but now we're using 4 food a day, which becomes very concerning. So we're going to end the day. We have no trader as of yet. Oh, it is going to make me go back to the exit point. Okay, well, I thought that you could just exit from anywhere. Alright, well, that's kind of a downside for us. That's a big issue. This might have been a bad idea then. Obviously, when we go back to the gas station, we are not going to have as many scavenging nodes because we've already been here. Just in case you were wondering, I'm going to set up a stopgap right here. This seems alright. His health's a little bit low, so I'm going to have him heal up so that when we run out of food today, that he doesn't just outright die. I am glad that he came with a shotgun. That's kind of a cool revelation that's going to help us out through this whole thing. I don't know what his aim was looking like, though. If his aim is actually abysmal, it could be bad that he has a shotgun. We are going to be trying to start all of our rounds as rapidly as possible because we're in an unfortunate spot where we find ourselves... Vic, get out of the way. Let the tank handle it. Actually, I should probably put him in front because he's got so much more health. Anyways, we're trying to start our rounds off early because we need the extra money to make up for the fact that we're going to be healing pretty soon now that we're out of food. So many Zeds. Ooh, it's carnage. Or as they used to say back in the Smash TV days, total carnage. How many movie quotes were in that one game? There were a lot of movie quotes in that game. There were a ton. Me hope that I can get everybody... hope for a good choke point. Oh, good. We got a reasonably decent choke point. Although no lootables, which is disappointing. I would say that until a location is 100%, I would recommend that that get adjusted in the gameplay. Where, if the developer is watching anyways, what I would say is that it might be a good idea to make it that until a location is 100% searched, like there would still be lootable nodes in here. Because as of right now, I will say that lootables, or at least the ones you need to continue surviving, seem to be a tad skimp. And I realize the game's in alpha and subject to all kinds of balancing and things like that. Just me personally, I feel like food is too much of a concern right now, where almost every single, I think unanimously, almost 80 to 90% of all my parties end up at least having major issues with starvation. Whew, just barely making it. Let's go ahead and have, what's his name, Conman? We'll have Conman heal himself on up. We've made enough money on this round anyways. It should be okay. It might be worthwhile to also put down a turret. That will totally ruin any amount of money we would have made, like any profit out of this whole thing. But as long as you end about where you were, I don't feel too guilty about it. So there's the end of the round. Turn number 8, and we got two big guys coming in who appear to be huffing and puffing their way across the field with their lovely little waddle. His milkshake definitely brings all the boys to the yard. All the zombie boys. Scavenge that on out, and well done, gents. This is going pretty well. As far as my games tend to go, this is going a lot better than I typically expected. So no supplies picked up. Obviously, we got a couple fuel, and that's going to be the last of our food. I think as long as you have some food left, you don't get penalized, like one food. I don't know, though. We'll have to see. So people took a little bit of damage from that. That's okay, though. I'll take it. Let's head back to the mall then, since we have no choice. I thought we could leave from any tile once we had gone to the mall. Interesting feature they might want to think about adding is that if you've uncovered and cleared out the exit, you can exit from anywhere on the map, but it costs you 1 fuel per tile that you are away from there. Just extra things to think about to add some variability. Now, I don't really know where the best choke point is going to be right here. Conceivably, I would think that it would be like right about here. Maybe. And I would actually move Vic back and put him right there. So that somebody with a lot of health is the one who's going to be getting chewed on. And of course, we're going to want to spend one of our rounds healing everybody up, because on the next day we're going to lose a ton of health because we have no food left. So just little things to be thinking about as you play through the game. Awesome. Let's go ahead and throw around heals on some of the people that are lower. Start off the next round. Hopefully nobody loses any more health. What's really, really bad is if you're on 8 out of 8 and somebody loses health and then you starve the next day, then it gets really rowdy. And I don't think we can handle this with 3 people anymore. The situation seems to be escalating quite nicely, in fact. It is no longer as simple as it once was. In fact, we could probably use somebody with melee pretty soon, just to like stand right here and hit things with a bat and keep them back. People with melee skills tend to have a ton of HP, so they're much more difficult to bring down. Oh, and we lost Francis. Unfortunate. And so that's what I'm talking about right there. The game tends to make like this weird difficulty spike that is almost insurmountable at some point, where you'll get just a wave that's just a really bad conglomerate of enemies. It's just like, it's a really, really bad group. I mean, that's all there is to it. Can they get through there? They cannot. So this is going to be the choke point that we want. Oh, our old turret is still here. Badass. Okay, so let's reload it. I'm going to have Conman get up in here. Oh, no, never mind. I missed the lane. Damn. Okay, so that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Of all the things I could have overlooked, that is one that is pretty terrible. I am clicking horribly right now, getting myself into trouble. Those big dudes sure do take a lot of damage, damn. What I really need is for this turret to be working. Come on, Vic, you can do it. You are our only hope. I'm clicking you. Stop that. We may yet survive this. And unfortunately, I've lost my favorite character now. You're going to die either way. I don't actually think this game is winnable at the moment. I think you just play until you lose, as the whole thing works out. God, those things can take a beating. Are we out of here? I think we must be. Starvation might get loco on the next go. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But now that we're out of here, I think this is a good place. And you thought I was going to lead into ending the episode now. We're not going to end the episode right now. It should be okay. I'm going to travel for the first time just to show you guys what happens. And so there it is. 5 fuel and we start traveling. We got our chips, we got our ketchup, we got our enormous shifter, and we are back on the road. And so this sequence doesn't really seem like it serves to do much other than just kind of transition in between sceneries. And so what it's this might actually just be a clever loading screen. I have no idea. But as it stands right now, you will notice that our fuel is going down and we're traveling like a set distance. From what I've seen, it doesn't matter how far you make it. It doesn't matter if you make it to the end or not. Like if the game makes it to right here, you don't like win or anything. It's not like, congratulations, you have defeated the zombie apocalypse. You are the man. Here are some chips and also some beer. And so that doesn't happen if you make it to the end. It just generates you a new city, whether you stop right here or whether you stop right here. My guess is that it's incomplete, where something good is going to happen right here if you make it, but if you don't have enough fuel, you'll like stop off right here and you'll have to do the whole song and dance one more time. And the song of dance is becoming quite refined here at the Nerd Castle, the song and dance of zombification. It's becoming a complicated dance. It's got a lot of steps at this point. There's at least 8 to 9 different movements that you have to memorize. And so there it is. We've made it to our destination. We've managed to travel once. So I feel like this is a successful playthrough in any case. I usually die on this mission right here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or pretend like this ever goes well. I'm going to get people in here scavenging because I don't know how long we're going to last. And I think we're just going to set up around this turret because we don't have much of a choice. We may also get a boss. I've seen it drop a boss on me a couple times once I get to this point. So I don't know if it's going to, but it might. I would say that sending the big guy out to go scavenge is not a horrific idea, except that he's really, really slow. He loots fast, but he moves slow. That would be his catchphrase if he had one. And what you will notice is that I actually do 100% think that we actually get more supplies and stuff on the later maps. It's just, I don't know if it's like a perceptional bias on my part. It's just something that I personally have noticed. I don't know if it's true or not. Let's go ahead and reload this thing. Oh, let me get Vic reloaded too. I'll try and scavenge that out. We are bleeding cash a tiny bit. We're down about 150 on this go. And we're probably going to have to do a turret for the second map as well. Which is not something pleasant to contemplate, but if it has to happen, it has to happen. I'll try and hold off on spending too much cash right now. I don't think we're going to make it. Nope. Damn. So close. On this map, we do appear to have a really good choke point, though. So, all is not lost, I guess. I'm going to have everybody... We'll build a turret right there. We'll send the big guy out to scavenge. He should be able to get done long before this backfires on him. Well, maybe. I don't know. There we go. Preliminary damage. That's what we'll call it. We'll call it preliminary... we'll call it preemptive damage. How about that? Using up a lot of cash trying to get this thing done. I do want to get at that trash can. It looks delicious. Look at that green slime coming out of the trash can. Doesn't that look delicious? You can fire from behind these barricades, by the way, so it can be worthwhile to do so if you've got the ammunition to make it work. Might be worthwhile to have Vic do that. I need to be more strategic about the way that I do this. I tend to be not very strategic about the way that I do this. And any shot that you get off early is a shot you don't have to make later. Kind of soften them up for further on down the road. I can't remember if it was round 8 either. I wasn't paying attention to my little counter. It's not. I don't think I'm going to reload that right now. I think I'm just going to let her be. To quote the old Sesame Street literary reference. No, hobo! Heal, or else you're gonna starve to death. Okay, ooh, he made it. A radio breaks the silence. Is anyone out there? We need help. We'll offer it. You quickly answer the radio and offer help. The voice on the radio tells you that they're being attacked by armed bandits. You mark the location on your map. We got 5 supplies there, so we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it, you guys. We are gonna survive this thing. And I think we get a double turn again when we land at a new location. Let me take a look and make sure, but I'm almost positive. So yeah, we get a double turn, which is really fantastic for us. That double turn is one of those things that I look forward to. I love double turn. I think I'm going to... Let's get him up to 100% aim. With Hobo, his aim is actually really bad, so we want to work on his aim, make it a bit better, especially when he's using a scattergun like he is. And then we have -3 per day because we lost Francis. So our food usage is not as terrible as it used to be. Let's take a look at the new map that they've given us. So there's a bunch of locations that we can get new survivors from. There's also a park that's mapped, or I'm sorry, there's a park that is marked with a Stark symbol, which indicates that we're going to get a cash bonus if we go there. I think the gun store might be a good plan too. This city looks bigger than the last one, or is it just me? Well, I think we're going to try and hit 2 birds with 1 stone right here. And I'm going to go after the residential section. And we'll try and get a bunch of supplies and also a survivor from here. Go ahead and back him up. I've also noticed like the cash rewards you get for looting don't go up in accordance with how difficult the game is either. Like you still get $5 even though you're spending way more on healing and stuff. So as you might be noticing, our cash flow is sort of dropping off right now. We're just not making enough money. I don't think that's within firing range. We lost our tank, which is a smidge of a downer. Use half of that bonus to reload the turret. This round doesn't look so bad. They're spaced out well enough to where I'm not worried. Might take a little bit of damage, but not too much. Couple Big Berthas coming in. But the problem with Big Berthas is when they land. No, don't do that. Oh my god, I clicked the wrong button. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well, there's Lewis. Which is cool. We got another Left 4 Dead cameo. I was hoping for one, so I got two. That makes me pretty happy. Let's go ahead and get people patched up. I'm going to build a turret right here because we've got the logical choke point. And then I'll send out the big guy. See if we can't get any treasures. Because if there's one thing I know, it's that everybody loves treasure. Who doesn't love treasure? Treasure's like the greatest thing ever. And now one of the good sides of this is that Lewis has fallen back behind our lines. And the benefit here is that Lewis... Oh, damn it. Lewis, don't be a fool. Don't be a hero, Lewis. He saw some peels. Some peels here. Don't fight back or anything, Lewis. Just stand there and get chewed on. It'll be okay. I promise. If we don't rescue Lewis, I'm not going to put my entire team at risk trying to get him out of here. Just a heads up on my modus operandi. I bet they'll be fine. Well, Lewis is apparently suicidal. Yep. Lewis is suicidal. He didn't even try and fight back. He just sat there and got chewed on. I'm gonna salvage the turret. And so we didn't actually hit any birds with any stones right there. We went out to hit 2 birds with 1 stone, ended up throwing our stone and not really getting anything. Our stone is thrown and now our plan is blown, but it'll be alright because I've just been shown the time and it is time to end this episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me in the Nerd Castle for another episode of Infectonator Survivors. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Take care out there, everybody, and I do.